And now, please hear me. All selfish men are dead. Selfishness disconnects people from future. It is only people who their minds are destroyed by darkness that can be selfish. That is deny future. Whatever you allow to finish in your hand will form a problem with you, to you. I said, whatever a man allows to do what? Finish in your hand. Why do you want it to finish? Share it. How many people you see around? How many people that you see around have you shared your clothes with? When you share your clothes, you get a more beautiful one. You have to share. And they don't share tired clothes. In my house now, I've started boxing my clothes for January. When I go home now, I will unburden my hanger. And then I will check clothes I have worn too much. And then start giving them out. Fold it in the box there for the locusts. Why will I keep on wearing it? Am I a stingy man? That is evil. That is evil to keep on wearing a particular cloth all the time until you know me with it. No, you will not know me with it. You will see it in the body of another person, not in my body. Because I have to give that one out so I can wear a new one like this one. So I can wear a new one. Now I've started wearing Celepon. Because you see, I was fighting against it and people keep on giving it to me. Now I have not changed into all matter. They want to turn me into Ariara, and that's what I'm turning into. When I was coming, I said, "You see, how will you continue with this?" I said, "Let me even wear it one day before I start looking for who I will give it." Well, it's fine. That's very fine. I'm changing to Ariaria just for a temporary time. But if you like buying me shoe, please don't buy Ariaria. And if your eye needs, just know that I will still keep it for your time. I will eventually give it to you, but maybe not today. You know, all families that are sinking, what they deny them is platform of sacrifice. They must be selfish before they can go to pit. Because rising must involve exchange. If you want to be better than what you are, you have to lay down something. Whatever that must improve must be sacrificed. You see, but selfish people will never understand. That is why a foundation of future cannot be laid by selfish people. God, the moment that God met Abraham, in chapter 12, 1 and 2 and 3 and 7 and 8, after talking to Abraham, the next thing Abraham did is to build an altar of sacrifice. Now hear me. The reason a lot of men of God dies, some of them dies, and their ministries are forgotten, is because those ministries are not, the altar of those ministries are not laid on sacrifice. You don't kill sacrifice, no matter how you don't like it. The church was established at Calvary. It was at Calvary where Jesus lost his life that the church was established. Somebody said, what about that Lucas? I said, which Lucas are you talking about? This church I gave my life. You can't stop it. You is late. You is late. I gave everything I have to this church, and I led not only that, I gave everything. I laid down my life. It will never be forgotten. If the church have expanded and take over the earth, then this one will expand and take over the earth. It must. It's an ordinance. Listen, in my life, I don't want to do anything with somebody who is selfish. A selfish person will never be happy. He will always be complaining. Because nothing will work for him. I said, what? Nothing will work. If anything will work, then we should pay. I said we should. Whatever that must work from our price. So somebody who didn't pay said something we will how? It is not the price of God that will bring prosperity. It is our price, not on your paper. And it is not the death of Jesus that will prosper you. It is the sacrifice you made. Now, the Bible says in chapter 8, verse 20, 21, 22 of the book of Genesis, that Noah made a clean sacrifice. It wasn't Jesus that said it, was Noah. Abraham, 22 of Genesis, killed Isaac. Jesus died at the cross. And then you said another man should pay for your family prosperity. It's not possible. It's just like some people say, Shepard have done everything. I said I have did for myself. And for the foundation of Locust Army, you have to pay to connect. You have to pay. Don't walk around here and be wasting time. I said, Shepard did it. No. You have to pay. One of the greatest programs we ever have in Locust Army is coming. It's coming between 4 and 6. And what have you offered? When the oil start dropping, what will form your container? Oil will surely drop. People's life will take another form. Those who we give testimony on that program are already making sacrifices. Somebody is 35, somebody is 40. And you cannot give God 100,000. So what have you been doing with your life? Excuse me. Were you sacrificial when you were 25 or 30? And now 35 or 45, you are lacking money. It's impossible. If sacrifice form the foundation of your life, sacrifice progresses you. Did you hear what I said? I said sacrifice progresses you. How can you lack 1 million naira if you gave God 200,000 naira 10 years ago? It's not possible. I said, if you gave God 200,000 naira 10 years ago, you cannot lack 1 million naira now. It's not possible. Let me tell you something. It's not even about money. There are values that cannot be less than 10 million, 5 million, 1. For instance, you know I'm shepherd. You know I'm already shepherd. And you want me to know you. There's an amount of money you cannot give me and you want me to know you. But there's an amount of money you will send into my account. I'll find your number. There is this particular man. He sends money to me on Shepherd's Partners Forum. And if they send me, I will say, Lord, how can I get this man? Up to now, as I'm talking, I've not still gotten him. I said, Lord, how can I get this man? This man, the money the man is sending in that particular account It's not something that I can take and ignore it. Up to now, I have not gotten him, but I will get him. There is no frustration in sacrifice. In fact, sacrifice is royal. That's why selfish and devalued men, we never understand it. Whatever you lack temporarily, I say whatever you lack will come back into your life. Lack it where you're supposed to lack it, so that when it can multiply, it will multiply. And now hear me. Sacrifice helps men to develop a royal mindset. If Esther has not developed royal mindset of living for the people, she will stay there and be fighting local battle. Mordecai said to Esther, the people, your people in Shushan has a problem. And then who knows whether you're a queen for it. It is not a distracted girl that is kept down by little thinking, little thinkers. Esther take up a national challenge of a people. Because she was large in heart. That's the way large people think. They're not always suppressed by depression. Depression is a function of selfishness, of somebody who is always thinking about himself. If you're thinking about the corporate interests of the people, why will you be depressed? The Lord, the pastor's conference is coming, convention is coming. What will I offer? How can I be active? I want you to visit me. I want to contribute to it. What should I do? Now, when you start thinking that way, there are things you don't bother yourself with, because you're already large. Esther took risk for a people, not for herself. He said, I am going to go to the king, which is contrary to the law. If I perish, let me perish. It was not for family, it was not for herself, but a whole nation of Israel that were in bondage. That's a big deal. Some people are kept down by little thinkers. Every day they are suppressed. How can they get to palace? And I came to church. I don't like the way that guy is looking at you how. Look at the I don't always like the way that guy is looking at you. Look at how somebody just reduced his thought. What a shame. Ridiculous. Instead of saying, Lord, the bulb here is costing 17,000. How much can I buy? How can I make this? How can I contribute in making the compound clean? It's not somebody that said, Daddy, I'm going to change the pulpit. And the person has already bought it. So very soon that this one will go down. It's not somebody that brought it. We went to Galilee camp, there somebody brought a pulpit. We are telling me. It's not from thought. And then another local person is now suppressed. Somebody say, get behind me, Satan. That suppression and depression is a function of selfishness. There's a beautiful question I have. I said, your life story must not be told in many ways. That's the beginning of poverty. For somebody to not have a definite way, his story must be told. Listen, if you're hearing me, I would like you to do something about what I'm about to say. Don't allow your story to be told in two ways, and care about how your story is being told. That's your destiny. Excuse me. If you hear Esther in the Bible, the next thing that comes into your mind is Mordecai. After Mordecai, queen. After queen, Shushan, Haserus. There is no other way to tell it. If you hear Mordecai, if you hear Magdalene, there is no other way to tell it. There is no other way. You have to talk about that oil. You have to talk about falling on Jesus. You have to talk about cleaning his leg with it. You have to talk about going alone to the tomb. Unless that's it. If you talk about Joseph, there's no other way to say it. Apart from